If you search through YouTube, you can find thousands of wonderful makeup tutorials from licensed makeup artists to the self-taught artists like myself. Since I'm always giving people my suggestions on products, I thought it might be nice to suggest some of my favorite makeup gurus. These creators are truly artists and help to make you beautiful inside and out. So for the next year, you'll be seeing me recreate one of my favorite makeup looks from gurus that I subscribe to here on YouTube, once every week. That's 52 looks from 52 of my favorites. So let's get started on this week's Beauty Gurus from A to Z. For this weekend, for the Beauty Guru from A to Z segment, I chose Emily Noel from Beauty Broadcast, and she came up with an amazing chocolate-covered strawberry look, which I am wearing right now. I used my own products to create this look. I didn't have exactly the products that she has, and that's kind of the whole point of being able to watch a YouTube beauty guru and recreate the looks at home. You don't necessarily have to run out and buy the same exact products that we have. You can go ahead and use whatever is closest in your own makeup stash and create very similar effects. So I hope that you guys enjoy this look. I hope that you guys wear this for Valentine's. So let's go ahead and get started on this week's look. Okay, to start off this look, I primed my face with my YSL Touche Éclat primer. This stuff is amazing, and it just gives a really nice canvas for you to put your foundation on top of. And then I followed it up with my Touche Éclat foundation from YSL. I am in the color Warm Amber, which is BD6D. And this formula is amazing. I just applied it with a beauty blender, dotted all over my face, and then just blended it in. It gives an amazing amount of coverage, and it really makes your skin feel still like skin, very healthy, but give it a very airbrushed type of look. I really like it, and for the lightweight consistency, I don't feel like I'm a cake face for the entire day. After the foundation, I went ahead and applied the lightest shade under my eyes from my Graftobian Corrector palette, just to knock down some of that darkness underneath the eye. And then for my concealer, I used the new Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer right under my eyes. I just dotted it on top of the corrector and then used a beauty blender to blend it all out. And to set my foundation and concealer, I applied some of my RCMA setting powder. This is a no color powder. It's translucent. It goes on right over top of your concealer and foundation and does not turn any kind of weird color, no oxidation. It just makes sure that everything is nice and set, and then it just kind of blends away. It really does marry with the foundation and concealer really well, so I don't feel very cakey. I followed that up with doing my brows, and if you want to see how I do my brows, I have another video. I will link that off below. I used my Anastasia Brow Wiz to line the upper and lower parts of my brow, and then I filled it in with my dip brow from Anastasia that is in the color Granite. And then I went ahead and set it all with a little bit of brow powder from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the same shade of Granite, just to make sure that everything is nice and opaque and set and that it won't budge throughout the day. For my cheeks, I went ahead and applied a little bit of ColourPop blush, and this is in Pegacorn. And I made sure to concentrate it back here on the side of my cheeks because I do have a rounder face and I don't want to make it even more round by just putting blush right here and accentuating this chubbiest part of my cheek. I really wanted to make sure that my cheekbones and the back of my cheeks were what the color rests on. So this is an amazing color. It's got that berry tone to it. And for my contour, I did use my Kat Von D Shade Light palette, and I used all three of the contour colors in different ways. I do mix the medium and darkest tone for the hollows of my cheeks. I do use the lightest to contour my nose, and I kind of just mix them all together to do my jawline and my hairline, and to give my face a little bit more of that bronzy look, but also to really slim it down and to give myself a jawline and not a double chin. And for my highlighter, I pulled out an oldie but goodie. I used my Mary Luminizer. This is an amazing highlighter. It's a nice champagne-y gold highlight. It does give you a great amount of highlight, a lot of sheen without the glittery bit to it. It just gives a nice shine and a nice glow to your cheekbones. I applied it to the bridge of my nose and to my cupid's bow just to add some fullness to the top of my lips and to thin out my nose a bit. To start off the eye, I'm going to go ahead and use my color tattoo in Pomegranate Punk. This is the same base that Emily used in her video. I'm just going to take it on my ring finger and apply it directly to my lid area as a primer for the burgundy shadow that's going to be following. And this is a burgundy and brown look. That's why it's called chocolate covered strawberries. So this is just going to go all over the lid to add a nice base for the shadow so it's nice and opaque. Okay, so for the shadow I'm going to be using a ColourPop eyeshadow, and it looks kind of purple on camera, but it's actually a burgundy, a deep burgundy tone, and this is called Central Perk. And I'm going to use my fingertip with this color. I find that the ColourPop shadows actually transfer better to the eyelid when you use it on your finger if you want a really opaque and super saturated application. It's best to use your fingertip. So I'm just pushing this all over the lid, not trying to be too precise or clean about it, just trying to make sure that I get a good amount of color. Next, I'm going to go ahead and follow up with another color tattoo, and this is going to be for the inner corner area, and this is Too Cool. It's one of those white toned bases, and I'm going to use another finger, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it right there into the inner tear duct area and into that inner part of the lid so that we have a nice base. What I'm going to do is go into my Lorac Pro palette, and I'm going to take a fluffy shadow brush, and I'm going to go into the deepest chocolate brown right here, which is Espresso. Just going to pick some up, and I'm going to tap it off, and I'm going to go ahead and put this right there in the outer corner of the eye. And you're just going to add some definition by doing this. You're also covering that strawberry cranberry color, and you just want to use very small circles to get the shadow exactly where you want to apply it. And you don't have to worry about it being super blended out at this point. You just want to make sure that the shadow is where you want it to be, and you kind of just like drag it and work it to those areas. And then afterwards we'll use a clean blending brush to clean it all up and make it look super blended and beautiful. But right now we're just making sure the color is going where we want it to set. And I'm taking this up into my crease area, and then you're just going to use tiny circular motions and windshield wiper motions to do it. So just take your time and just keep blending and building that color. Just pull it out, and if you need to go back in for just a little bit, go ahead and do that. See, right now it looks like we have a big old fan of color, like a very dark, very obvious line here. We're just going to go ahead and knock that back by using a clean blending brush. So we'll just go right on the edge of that color, and we're going to go ahead and blend it out so that it transitions nicely into the background. And then the color to follow will go right above that. So there we go. It's nicely blended out. So the next color I'm going to use is my NYX Nude Matte, and this is Dance the Tides. It's my typical everyday transition color. The reason why is because it is a beautiful brownie orange color, and on my skin tone that just adds a bit of brightness up here. So I'm going to take it on another fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to apply it just to the outside, right overlapping the edge of that deep chocolate color, the Espresso that we applied from the Lorac Pro palette. And we're just going to go ahead and warm that up right there. And again, we're going to go back in with that blending brush, and we're going to go ahead and blend out the edges of Dance the Tides. Okay, so to highlight the brow, I'm going to go back in to my Lorac Pro, and we have this beautiful cream color right here. I'm taking it on to a dense shadow brush. I'm going to go ahead and tap it off, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply it right there under the arch of my brow, and then I'm going to take it to either side. Okay, we're going to go back into that ColourPop eyeshadow, and I'm going to take it on a smudge brush. I'm going to go ahead and smudge it into the lower lash line here. Bring some of that burgundy color down to the lower lash line. Pull the look together. And then I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, and I'm going to line the upper lash line. I'm going to keep it very close to the lashes as possible. And you can do a flick. You can do a little cat eye if you want to. I'm not going to for this look. I'm just going to go ahead and do exactly what Emily did, and I'm going to follow the shape of my eye, and I'm just going to take it to the very edge of my lashes just to add some the appearance of fullness to my lashes. And then I'm going to take a little bit of it and just going to go ahead and pop it right there at the bottom and connect it to that upper line. Next, I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs gel liner and blacker, and I'm going to line my lower waterline. And when I do line my lower waterline, I push in. I don't pull down the eyelid. You know, just you don't want to add additional lines before you have to. You just want to be very gentle with your eyelid, and go ahead and make sure to line this all nice and well so it's nice and deep and dark. And then I'm going to go in with another smudge brush, and I'm going to go in with espresso on it, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to go right over the burgundy color from ColourPop just to smudge a little bit of that eyeliner down to underneath the lower lashes. For my mascara, I'm going to be using my Dior Show Iconic Over Curl, and I love this mascara. I'm going to go ahead and pop it right there on the upper lashes, and I'm not going to use a whole bunch of this mascara. I'm just really prepping the lashes for false lashes that are going to be joining right quick, and I'm also going to hit the lower lashes as well. For this look, I'm using my Ardell Demi Wispies. These are just a bit shorter than the 105s I typically wear, but I like these because they're nice and natural but flirty. They have that nice flared edge at the end, and I'm going to be using my Duo Brush On Adhesive Lash Glue, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that and let it set for 30 seconds so it gets nice and tacky. Okay, while that lash glue is setting up and getting tacky, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the inner corner, and to do that I am going to use, where's my shadow brush? So I'm going to use this color in the Pro palette, which is Champagne. I'm going to pop that right over the Maybelline Too Cool base that we put down. I'm just going to go ahead and pop it right there over top. And I'm also going to take it just a little bit into the lower lash line as well, just to keep the inner part of the eye nice and bright. Okay, to apply the lash, I'm going to use a pair of tweezers. I just find that I have more control over it, and I'm going to take the lash band and push it right on top of my natural lashes as close as possible, and I set it down right in the middle. It's actually not attached at all. Then I grab the outer corner of it and I pull it back to where I want, and I pull it down into the natural lashes again, and then I push it in with my fingertips, and then I go in the inside of the lash band. I curl it down so that it matches up with my eyeliner, and I push that in as well. Be careful when you're using the tweezers. You don't want to poke your eye out, so once you get the band in place, you can go ahead and switch to your fingers. Go ahead and push them in place. Just make sure you don't push up by accident. If your glue isn't set up enough, it can still have a lot of wiggle room and end up sliding around your lid. So just be careful that you wait long enough so your lash band is tacky from the glue, and then use your fingers to position your lashes in the way that you want the glue to dry against your skin. Okay, so those are the eyes done. Let's go ahead and finish up the lips. Okay, for the lips, Emily did a little trick on her chocolate covered cherry lip where she used a deeper color on the outside of the mouth and then a lighter inside. So to accomplish this, I'm going to use my ColourPop Lippy Pencil, and this is in the color Brink. And I'm going to go ahead and line the inner part of my mouth. And I'm going to take it all the way in to the lip. Okay, and this is just a lip pencil, so you can see it gives great color payoff, and it's just the pencil. And then for the outer corner, to make the inside seem more fuller, I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with Poison. It's another ColourPop color. I'm going to go ahead and pop it right there. Okay, so now I have my two liners down. I have Brink in the middle, Poison on the outside. I'm going to use my fingertip to blend them together. I'm going to go ahead and put the lippy stick rink right over top. And as you can see, because the light color is concentrated on the middle of the lips, or the more fuller part of the lips, you get a bit more fullness right through here, which is really natural looking, but it looks just attractive. It makes your lips look nice and kissable. So I'm going to go ahead and take my hair down, finish up the rest of this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look. I did set the entire look with a little bit of Urban Decay setting spray just to make sure it lasts all night, because of course if you're going to be going out with your significant other, your family, your friends, or if you're just going to spend the night at home and you want to feel pretty and you want to feel good about yourself, this look is perfect for it. I know that some people really like to celebrate Valentine's and some don't. Either way, if this is used for Valentine's or not, I just think it's a really beautiful smoky look that Emily came up with that is just amazing. And as you can tell, you guys can use any kind of products to recreate looks from any guru. You don't have to be limited to just higher end things. You guys can go with things that are extremely affordable, like NYX, and you can go with things that are from the drugstore, like Maybelline Color Tattoos. I mean, you can do a lot with whatever you can get your hands on. You just have to be a little bit creative and really, really patient. So I hope you guys will give this look a try. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate, if you're new, that you subscribe or check out some of my other videos. As always, I really hope that you guys are being kind to one another. Spread your love, spread your joy through the entire world, and don't ever be afraid to be your perfectly imperfect you. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now. If you like this look and you want to see the original video I took my inspiration from, click on the video above. If you'd like to connect with me, all of my links are in the description box below. Thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube artists that bring so much beauty into our lives. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.